Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to X-Plane 10 once again. We're sitting here on the ramp of the Saberliner ramp in St. Louis, and we're going to be doing some ILS approach practice for runway 30 right, and I could show you amazing night lighting that X-Plane has. I know that's what a lot of you guys really want to see. And you'll notice we're also in a 737. I bought the FlyJ Sim 737-200 series. What a fantastic airplane this is. The lighting, just the cockpit textures, everything in this is incredible. So let's get over here and into the seat, and let me just show you around here real fast. One thing that's really cool about this airplane is, look here, you have a map light. You can click it on and off here. Whoop. Oh, there it is, on and off like so. But look at this. You move it around, you swivel it around like so. Like anywhere you want it to go, you know, you can move the map light wherever you want it to be. So that's an amazing thing. And I have one here on my side as well, right here, that we can move around and adjust as we need to. But we don't need those right now. We're gonna fire this thing up here in a minute, and we can adjust the brightness even of it. It's just incredible stuff. So I have the dome light on, and all that is going to be used for our engine start procedure, and everything else should be good. I've got our fuel pumps forward. Everything looks good here. Let's just get the plane fired up, essentially. We've got the APU on, and APU is on bus. All right, to start this thing, let's just go ahead and turn our engine bleeds off and make sure the APU bleed is on. And we have positive PSI right there, rising like so. And both packs are off, and the isolation valve is on open. So everything looks good pretty much there. All we need to do now is just fire up the engine and monitor N2 rotation to 20%. And let's go ahead and do that. Click over to ground, and it's starting to fly around now. We can see the rotation there on N2. Once it gets to 20%, we will go ahead and add the fuel in by this little idle cutoff lever right here. So there's 20. Let's go ahead and do it. Bam, poof. We have an engine start. Looking great. All right. Oil pressure's rising. EGT is rising. Fuel flow is looking good. Start valve, we can go ahead and close it, or it already snapped back into closed mode. Let's go ahead and start engine 1. So turning 1. All right, 20%. Give some fuel like so, and she ignites immediately. Beautiful. Wait for the EGT to rise. Looks like it is. Fuel flow is good. N1 rotation's good. Start valve is indeed closed. We can go ahead and put our generators on bus now. And we can kill the APU. We don't need him anymore. So let's go ahead and turn him off. There's the exhaust temperature dying on that. And we can go ahead and make sure our engine bleeds are on. APU bleed off. Left pack on. Right pack on. Close that isolation valve. We don't really have to have that open. There we go. Like so. Looks good. I know I say like so a lot. Somebody announced that I do. It's just, I think it's a Midwest thing. I can't stop it. I can't stop doing it. So we got 111.3 in the box down here, which is our ILS frequency for runway 30. Runway 30 right. Sorry. Bumbling over my words here. So all we have to do now is turn off our dome light, and which is up here. Oh, other one off. We don't need him open, and we can dim this guy down as well. The background light, I don't need it that bright, so that's probably good right there. And get my nice movement here. And let's go ahead and signal to the ground marshaller that we're ready to go. All right, parking brake released. We're gonna come out here and we're gonna make a left. Don't worry about that taxi light. It's a bug with the airport scenery doing that. And I made the airport scenery. I did some adjustments to it. Let's go ahead and start our flaps now. For actually, they're all the way down for some reason. We'll put them back up and then readjust them. So I did the scenery and made it to where the green lights, center lights aren't all over the place like they were. In real life, they're not. So I wanted to make sure that was as realistic as I could get it, which I did. So that looks all nice and dandy. All right, we'll taxi across over to 30 left. I thought we were going to, I was like, we're going to end up landing on 30 right, but in a calm situation, winds are about 070 at 7. We would take off on runway 30 left. So that's what we're going to do. That's what ATC would want us to do. And we are going to listen to that. Exactly. All right, so everything's looking good so far on our taxi out. Let's just keep our eyes open for any deer or anything out. Or who knows what. X-Plane loves to throw that stuff at you. And you can have, bird strikes, which is pretty darn incredible. So some of you guys that are like wanting to see emergency procedures and stuff, you know, maybe you'll get to see that. So if I do hit a flock of birds, it will definitely let me know. All right, so we're gonna make our turn here to the right, and we're gonna be holding short of runway 30 left. And that's that DHL 737 over there. You may remember that. Some of you that remember my ramp days, I made that scenery over there. So you can see that DHL there and the equipment sitting there. Let's check the flight line. It looks good to me. We are pretty much clear for takeoff, so we're going to go ahead and go strobe on. And we'll go landing lights on. So all the landing lights will come down and they just did. So at this point, we don't really need our runway turnoff lights. And we'll keep the taxi light on for now, but we'll turn it off after we get up in the air. Let's line up on our runway. There we go. Beautiful. Alrighty. And, we have to double check our flaps. Remember, flaps were not set. We want flaps 5. So let's do flaps 5 for takeoff. That's all right. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves and get ourselves killed with something stupid. And there's that one. And one more setting's going to be flaps 5. Looking great. Alrighty, let's go ahead and increase our power for takeoff. Stabilizing and set 92% in 1. And that will be our takeoff power. Takeoff power is set. Looking beautiful. And this thing's got all sorts of sounds and bumps and bangs. It's awesome. 80 knots cross-checked. P1 should be about 127. Rotating. There. Whoop, hello. Positive rate. There it is on the VSI. Gear up. Alrighty, so let's feel the airplane out now. A little left here. Start bringing our power back just a little bit for noise abatement procedures. And we're going to keep the flaps at 5 for now. That way we don't have to, it'll keep us from overspeeding too much. Because we're just going to come back around and shoot the ILS for runway 30 right. So we will do right traffic on this one. There's highway 270 down there. We're going to go ahead and roll the airplane to the right. Continue a nice shallow climb, about 1,000 feet per minute to 2,500 feet. And we should be good there. Let's go up, up, up. All right. Keep an eye on our speed. Increase it just a little bit here. Looking very nice on our climb out. 30-degree bank. And man, is it beautiful or what? Look at that. Look at that highway down there. It's just incredible. And there's a police car going down the road. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so we can come back all the way back around, and we're going to wrap around to heading to 120, the reciprocal of the runway we just took off of. There's 2,000 feet, not 200. And we're coming up closer to 2,500. We're just going to shallow our turnout. That way we're not too close to the airport. Airport's right there. As you can see, very, very nice and dim. That's what I wanted. By default, it was just way too bright. I might even dim the lights down to a medium intensity. There's 2,000. Oh, shit. Hello. 2,500 feet. I pushed the nose down a little too hard on the yoke there. Still getting used to the controls in X-Plane. A lot of null zone kind of stuff and linear, non-linear control sets. So that's what I'm a little rusty on some things like that. But That's not so bad. There on our left is Highway 270. And you're going to see a big, huge black area up off our nose where we're going to turn around, and that's the Mississippi River. So continue in this way. It's looking good. Let's slow this thing down. We don't want to go past our flap speed. Slow down here, brother. Looking good. And for fun, we can put the flight director over here to VOR localizer mode. So we're going to be picking up the localizer. Get a master caution for the flaps in the N1 or whatever. The amount of throttle you have with flaps with gear down, you get a master warning light, which I didn't kill it. It just de-illuminated itself. That's a fun word, isn't it? De-illuminate. All right, get back up to 2,500 feet. Don't pay attention to the glide slope as it is incorrect right now. So right off our nose here, look at this. This is amazing. The lighting up of the towers there, incredible. This is Highway 70 that wraps around there, and we'll actually see downtown a little bit. But off our nose, this whole black area is the Mississippi River. We're 2,500 feet, looking great. We're going to cross over the Mississippi River and turn back around and shoot the ILS for runway 30 right. So everything's looking, we're just overspeeding the hell out of this thing. This airplane is slippery. It is a 737. It's so easy to just, get your power set and forget about it. Yeah, I know. There's the arch off on our right there. Very nice. Get back up to 2,500 feet with this. We're not getting too much of a deviation, but I'm just trying to slow this airplane down a little bit. It likes to go fast, I'll say that. All right, so we'll start turning our base leg now, and we'll go flaps 10. That's going to help us slow down quite a bit, and also give us the amount of drag we need so we can pitch that nose over and keep it a little more, straight and level, stable, whatever you want to call it. All right, we're turning on back around, and we'll catch the localizer. Yep, getting slow, but that's all right. I want to be slower. Slower is better than being too low. So let's grab the glide slope as it is right there. It wants us to be a little higher, so we're going to get back up on that glide slope, and let's turn to a nice, I don't know, about 20-15 degree intercept. Oh, we already just intercepted it right there. I think we were too close to the runway is what it was for our first one. Not a big deal. We put the gear down as we have more than captured the glide slope. Watching our speed here. There's Highway 70 right there. Bring this nose back around as we're going to be putting right out onto it here. Don't worry about the localizer swinging out that way. There we go. We want about 15 degree intercept for runway 30 right. That sound you're hearing is the gear down. There we go. Looking nice. We're using real world weather, so the visibility is down just a tad. All right, looking nice. So as this little needle here starts to move to the left, that's the localizer that tells us the center line of the runway. And this guy here is telling us how high up and down we need to be. So we're going to look at that. There's the outer marker, looking beautiful. Put some more flaps in, slow this puppy down. There we go, beautiful. Bring it down a little bit more. I just need a little more practice with this airplane. It's kind of tough to get a perfect landing without a good, decent yoke setting, and I've gotten better with those, that's for sure. All right, let's go flaps 25. Let's shoot for a VREF. We'll check it out right now on our V card. VREF is going to be, where does our VREF at? Landing, here we are. That landing, 128. Slow. Because we are quite lightly loaded. We're on the glide slope though, looking good. Trimming that airplane back, slowing it down. We want 128. 128. We're gonna do a touch and go, so that means that we're gonna just be touching and continuing. All right, so 128 plus 5. We won't be back. Oh yeah, this thing will bitch at you if you get off the glide slope even a little bit. So you gotta be ready for that. It's a lot of airplane to handle. It's an old airplane. The 737-200 series is. 737 is not, but the 200 series is.
500.
Keeping about VREF plus 5, so we want about 5 more knots for winds. Looking nice here, right on that glide slope. Beautiful. Gonna be a tad high. I can feel it already, so push that nose over a tad there. Here's Highway 170 below us. And this is a good descent profile. Right here is looking nice. Alrighty. There's 100 feet. Yep. Start pulling our power back just a little bit. And flare, flare, flare. And we're down. Little bounce right there. Nope. We weren't even bouncing it. That's how good that was. All right, back into power. Bring our flaps up to 10. There's our V speed already met. Bring it back up in the air. Looking nice. That was pretty awesome. This time we're gonna go out a little bit longer so we don't have to worry about being on top of the airport so much. There we go, nice. Okay, we had positive rate, more than positive rate. We had gear up already. All right, watch our power here. This thing, whenever it's lightly loaded, man, it loves to take off on you. It loves to rocket. Well, she is a rocket ship. I'll give her that. All right, looks good. All the way back around we go. Keep an eye on here. Let's get 2,500 feet again. And this is just basically exercise of hand flying the airplane on approaches and managing speed manually without autopilot. It's easy to use the autopilot system. Even though it's an old Sperry 77, it's still like, you know, it's easy to use an autopilot, but you know, these airplanes had a lot of hands-on flying with them, so we're going to be doing the same in its favor. Alrighty, we can level off here. Very nice. Actually, I'm thinking about just following Highway 270 out and then coming back around, because I don't want to be on top of the runway, like I said. So let's do that. Let's just follow 270 to the river and then take the river down towards St. Louis and intercept the localizer from there. I think that'll be a lot better. The one thing we did not do on that is we didn't have, we have our lane lights on, didn't we? Yes, we did. We didn't turn our taxi light off, so that's not a big deal. We'll just leave that. We'll turn it off now. I don't think I'm going to remember it. I have a feeling I won't remember it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and line up with Highway 270 here. All the way out to the river, and then we'll take the river down, and it should be just enough of an angle to grab the localizer again. So very nice. Let's keep it about 200 knots here with flaps 5. I don't want to get too crazily fast. All right, looking beautiful. 2,500 feet. I'm just trimming the plane out, kind of feeling out where it wants to go. But it's trimmed right now, and it's just pretty much doing its thing, flying along here. 209 knots exactly, and a slight tendency to want to go forward, so I'll just barely press down on the trim there, and it's just holding pretty much nicely there. Very nice indeed. But of course, we change our power setting, that's going to change everything. And you can see right where that bend is in the road there, and then it cuts across, and then it goes straight again. That's Illinois. And right there is over towards the Wood River area and all that. So we're getting close to the Mississippi River, which we just are about over. So let's go ahead and start our turn to the right. And when we turn, we're going to add a little back pressure for a nice steady 20-degree turn and maintain power setting as needed for 2,500 feet. You'll notice how the nose wanted to go up a little bit there, and we wanted to climb, so I'm going to let it drop naturally and then give it 2 clicks of the trim there for a nice easy way back around. And we're over the river. Yes, we are. Very nice. Watching our speed. It's so easy to creep that speed in when you're in a turn. Remember that. All right, all the way back around we go. Alrighty, beautiful. And there's Highway 70 off our nose. And there's the arch right there off the left. Right down there. You can barely see it. But it's there. There it is right there. And we can go ahead and try to start capturing the localizer and the glide slope. I'm going to go flaps 10, slow us up. And we're going to try to get a little more precise on our approach this time. Last time we were just a little too low for my liking. So we're going to turn this way and get a nice intercept heading. And watch this guy right here, the localizer. And we'll be good here. A little more to the turn to the right. Follow that glide slope, bringing that nose up like so. There we go. Sorry, I keep saying like so. All right, so this is a good intercept heading right here on runway, or for runway 30, about 270, directly to the west. And we're right on the glide slope. So we're gonna bring the nose down a little bit here. Beautiful. All right, watching our speed. And as we hit the outer marker, we'll go flaps, well, let's go ahead and go flaps 15 here, and we'll put the gear down at the outer marker. How about that? Sound good to you? And I can visually see the runway there, but we're not looking at that. We're watching down there. There's the needle movement. We want to start to turn onto it. We're a tad high, but that's all right. Better be high than low on an ILS approach. There we go. Nice, shallow, easy turn, and you can see how it moves right onto it there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go gear down here before we might have been outside of the marker or barely missed it, or it's gonna probably happen right now. You watch. There we go, looking good. Start slowing her down. Following this glide slope very nice and easy. A little left, so we just go to the right tad. Bring this nose up. And we have all that speed we need to bleed off anyway, so this is gonna help us with that. We'll go flaps 25. That's gonna add more drag and more lift. And it gets right on that glide slope where we want to be. Beautiful. Nothing any better than that. Remember taxi light. There we go. Almost forgot. Nice. Okay. Turn us a tad off there. And then nose up, nose up. A little more power. I need more back pressure on the yoke, so I'll just keep hitting my trim like that. Get it back up on there. We're one light below, so we want to get back up on there. Add a little more power. Beautiful. Alrighty, right on. 2 red, 2 white. We're all right. That's where we want to be. Right on that glide slope. I want to be a little more disciplined on this approach. Oh, we're getting that master caution light over and over again. Really weird. There's the middle marker. Man, this thing loves the balloon there at the end. But we're good here.
100.
100 above.
50. 30.
Start our flare.
10.
Oh. And we're down. Oh. Nope, no bouncer. All right, we're up. And reversers. We'll just do manual braking because we're so lightly loaded. We don't really need to use the auto brakes on this one. Not with this airplane. Too worried about it. We'll do some light braking here. Manual braking, assisting with the reverse thrust. We'll come over here to 60 knots. Clear those out. And there we go. We'll make a turn here. And one thing is awesome here is we have these things called runway turnoff lights. So we hit that button there and it'll light it up. Come on, hit it. There it is right there. So we can see the taxiway. And now we start cleaning up everything as we need to. So landing lights here, pull all that power back. This thing can get fast quick. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so landing lights off. Taxi light is already on. We'll turn this one on to that left runway turn off. And we'll turn right here on Foxtrot and take it back to the ramp. I think that'll be nice. Bring our flaps up. And back to signature we go. APU time. So we'll start the APU, hold that down for just a little bit so we see the exhaust temperature start to rise, which it is there. It's in a spring action, so we can release it like that. And continue our taxi here. That way the APU will be ready to go for us once we get to where we're going, which is the ramp. Once we get to the ramp. Okay, parking brake is going to be on, and we'll put our APU on bus like that, and we can go ahead and shut the engines down. Packs, we could have those, we'll leave those on for now. Isolation valve, let's go APU bleed. We'll turn off those engine bleeds, and we'll open the isolation valve up. Come on. Nope, the other way. Other way. Other way. You dummy. Can't get to it in time right there. Oop, down. Nope, down. Yep, yep, yep. There we go. Beautiful. All right, nice. And we can turn our lights up like that. And that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this flight. I know it was short. We were just hanging out in St. Louis, but we were just getting more familiar with the 737. So hit the like button if you want to see more X-Plane, and I'll see you guys on a future flight. Take care.